Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We are joined by Crud Jr.
Hi, I am a level 7. Wizard.
It's true.
Dressed all in black with red glowing eyes is the only thing visible.
And the Corinthian.
Hello, I'm the Corinthian, level 7 monk person, and yeah, you could probably recognize me by the armor plating that's on my skin. Yeah, I have that. It's a thing.
You are both in the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild Hall. The guild is a large building with a bar, a sitting area with wooden tables and chairs, and a wall with a corkboard and job flyers posted. It is springtime. Gusts of wind blow the winter chill from the air. Soaring in the sky from vast distances, the air carries the smell of ocean salt. A seagull calls outside. This would be a good day to spend on the beach.
But I don't tan.
I'm already pretty tan, but spending time at the beach is not a problem. I mean, we could go to the beach if you're... Or we could just stay here. That's cool, too.
Yeah, but we'll be digging sand out of places, and that's never pleasant.
That's true. I mean... We could check the job board.
Yes, we can do that. Let's do that.
Let's check the job board.
What's on the job board?
They look, and they see that the job board says, on vacation.
Oh.
Put the out of order sign on there. Dang it.
Out of order. In quarantine.
Oh, too real. Real.
That means we can't go to the beach.
Yeah, exactly. We can't go to the beach then.
No, it just says, that you've completed all of the jobs.
No, this is like when you get all the side missions done.
Well, I mean...
Now you gotta go do the main mission.
To be fair, I did earn 5,300 last time. So... Yeah. I guess we can go to the beach.
At the very least, you could just point and laugh at all the other people.
Yeah, we can see if you float with that armor skin.
I don't... Well, I kind of do. I swim very well is the thing. You know, when you have... I can demonstrate it. Like, there are little jets in the back of my calves. Like, you know how a squid swims? That's... So, like, how I swim.
Like the Red October, gotcha.
Yeah, that's the one. That's it. So we go to the beach.
To the beach.
Okay. All right. I realize now I should have said that it was under reconstruction.
You could,
flying monkeys.
You could put that in post.
So you walk down to the beach. You head outside and you, I guess, down a hill is probably the right direction. So you head downhill towards the ocean. The road ends at an expansive lawn area. A small building serving as a train stop is located next to a carriage parking lot. There are paths, benches, ornamental trees, playgrounds for children, and exercise equipment for adults. A delicious smell wafts from a small restaurant. The ocean is downhill. A fence separates the manicured lawn from tall grasses. Sloping downhill to the shore, walkways through tall grass lead to bright white sand. Even from this distance, you can read the large rectangular white signs, "No swimming." Below the letters, a stick figure person horizontal in water is centered inside a red circle with a diagonal red line. From this distance, you can see what looks like little islands floating as brown seaweed mats the surface of the water.
Crud Jr. walks up to the sign and writes on it, "Why?"
That's an excellent question.
Okay, perception check.
Oh. This is where I'm arrested
Perception.
for graffiti. That's gonna be a 7. I think I'm still with a +1. Yeah.
I have a 15.
Okay. What's your name?
The Corinthian, or Corinth if it's too long.
Oh, that's not a good nickname, though. Kathy.
I feel like that.
Please don't. That's the character. The player's perfectly fine with that.
All right. The Corinthian, which I feel like that means something, right? Corinthians 1 and 2. What does that mean?
It was a city, I believe. It's also, I literally picked it for this character because like it sounds cool, and also I'm a big Sandman fan, so the Corinthian character I really enjoyed, but mostly it sounded cool.
Okay,
I'll be honest. I just
all right, good. I'm not lacking any deep Bible school knowledge. That would make me ashamed. So yeah, I genuinely
this
don't
was
know
more.
What it means.
Yeah, it was more of a reference to the Sandman by Neil Gaiman.
Okay. So. All right. So the Corinthian notices someone noticing Crud Jr.'s graffiti. You see a beautiful black woman side-eye Crud Jr. as she is kicking at some exercise equipment like a responsible adult.
Okay. I'm going to go walk up to her because she might know why that sign's up and why the beach is closed. So I walk up to her and like, excuse me, madam, with your kicking feet and all. Do you know why the beach is closed at all?
Okay, she looks up at you and she says, yeah, it's too early in the season for swimming. There's no lifeguard on duty yet.
What? That's too early? It's too early?
Yeah, see that? And she points out a white, tall chair. When it's safe to swim, there will be a person there who will rescue you if you're drowning. And she squints at you because you're an adult, and she keeps kicking. And then she reaches out a hand and she introduces herself. She says, hi, I'm Jennifer.
Hi, I'm the Corinthian. When does it open usually? Do you know?
Oh, these are the ones I have really hard time keeping straight. Okay, so Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and Labor Day. One of them. One of them is when beaches open. I don't remember which one.
I'll be honest, the player doesn't go to the beach, so I have no idea.
I'm in Texas. The beach is always open.
They have lifeguards in February?
It's always open.
I mean, it's down south, yeah.
Well, that's nice. Okay, I'm going to go with Memorial Day, and I'm probably wrong. She says Memorial Day.
So, out of character, like, how far away is that?
Oh, God. I think like a month and a half. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
It's the same time of year that we're creating this episode in.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, it's like the first 80-degree day, and you're like, oh, I want to go to the beach, and then the beach is not open yet because tomorrow's going to be 50.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. My mistake. I come from down south where the beach is open year-round, so I didn't know you closed it.
Jennifer nods, and she says, oh, yeah, where from?
You know, the south ish area. I honestly I don't know exactly.
Okay.
I wander a lot, and then I came here and got employed. You know what? This is too much information. We just met each other, so I'm gonna walk away before this gets weird.
Jennifer blushes and is a little bit like when awkward people are talking to someone awkwardly and lets you leave and says, all right, have a good day, bye. You can tell that she's all alone in the park, just kind of exercising.
And
which I'm
done. Cal, where'd you go?
Yeah, it comes back. That was awkward, and I'm not now just realizing it was weird that she's by herself.
Who? What? How? Where? Why?
The Jennifer over there. She's just sitting here. Oh, by the way, the beach was closed because they don't open for like another while. Apparently it's not open year round. It's crazy. So what you got there? I see you. Why? And
Yeah, and a couple skulls and crossbones and things. You know, just doodles. You see, that one has blood coming out of it.
neat. Do you think we should inspect why she's just here working out by herself?
Probably because she's just lonely, doesn't have anybody.
That's fair.
We could break onto the beach.
We could break into the beach. I mean, who's going to stop us? There's no lifeguard.
Yeah, exactly.
We should go to
I mean, is Jennifer going to do it?
I'm not going to. Probably not. She seems pretty...
Lonely.
Yeah. And or embarrassed.
Well, you can invite her to come break onto the beach with us. Ooh.
I suppose I could. I turn around and just yell from however far away we are, just like, "Hey! Hey! You want to go to the beach with us?"
Okay, if she was blushing before, she's blushing harder now. She has very dark black skin, but you can tell she is blushing. Like, she waves her hand at you and she says, "No, have fun."
By the way, I peaked my audio. I will fix it. I promise.
That's okay. I'm kind of surprised no one's opening the door to see if you're okay.
I have a recording sign out front that's lit up to let everyone know I'm recording.
Okay.
Nice. I got to get me one of those.
Yeah, I have to get a door and a wall.
Touche.
1-bedroom apartments. Okay. So,
This is technically 3. This is one of them is my office, which is this room. So, anyways, sorry.
Okay. I'm not sure if I should give you guys clues or what to do. You can just wander around. There you go. Have fun.
We're gonna go wander on the beach. Start skipping rocks.
Push Cal in, see if he actually sinks or swims.
Okay, so first the athletics checks for the skipping stones, because I hear you can get like 7 of those if you're good at it.
I got a 14.
Okay, you skipped the stone like a good 4 times.
Yeah, it's not my strong suit.
And while you're skipping the stone, make a opposing strength check with disadvantage because you were distracted when Crud Jr. tried to push you into the ocean.
Good, because I need that. I have no strength.
Oh, you waited until his back was turned.
Oh, that's funny because I also have no strength.
Nice.
I am a dex build, man.
I'm int build.
Well, at disadvantage, you say?
Mm-hmm. You're not looking.
Well, this is great because I got a natural 20 and a natural 1. So.
And splash. I assume Crud Jr. got more than 1?
Yeah, I rolled an 11 minus 1, so 10.
Okay.
Yeah, mine would have been a 0.
So splash as the Corinthian has a fun day. Now wet.
Turns out he doesn't really float on his own. He sinks at first and then has to swim to stay afloat. Because he's pretty dense.
And now we know.
Oh boy. Yeah, now we know. He is denser than water.
Yeah. How far down did you go? Just like a foot of water, so not deep?
Nah.
I
don't.
Yeah, not too deep. Although probably if we were there long enough, the Corinthian probably would dive into the water and kind of jet around a bit.
Okay. Are you doing that?
Am I? Yes. Or are you talking to Crud?
Is the Corinthian jetting around?
Yeah.
Okay, make a perception check.
Crud
Right.
Jr. does not have jets built into his feet, so he would not be doing that.
I got a 8 for perception.
Yeah, no, nothing. You're fine. Keep going. You smell
Yep.
a delicious food aroma emanating from the restaurant on the water's edge.
Smells like food. We should get food. I'm hungry. I've been swimming a lot.
Okay.
Get up. He has like a big scarf thing he wears, and he keeps that kind of constantly moist anyway, so he just wraps up against his gills on his neck. So then go walking up towards the restaurant.
Okay. The Corinthian pulls the door open and Crud Jr. follows, and you see this. The waterfront restaurant and cafe is longer than it is wide, paralleling the shore. Its construction cleverly maximizes its patrons' views of the ocean. The kitchen occupies the back wall furthest from the water. Tables and chairs fill the indoor space, and the guests have seated themselves to face the tall, floor-to-ceiling glass walls. Similarly, your view is unobstructed by any dividers, and you can see right into the kitchen as an overweight cook looks down at his work, focused, not interested in the glorious view he would have if he looked up. His hands busily chop fresh fruit. Then he lifts the fruit salad onto a plate and passes it through for a waiter to take to a table. A waitress walks past him to get to the milk frother to make a cappuccino. There are menus on each of the tables.
Does this look like is there a sign that says please wait to be seated, or no?
That sign says, "Please seat yourself."
Ah, perfect. I pick the nearest seat from the entrance and sit down and start looking at the menu.
Okay. Crud Jr., do you as well?
Yes, but I'm going to make sure that I'm facing the entrance. Just in case.
Yeah.
Dad's told me stories.
Those rogue Tyrannosaurus Rex attacks inside the restaurant.
You never know.
You never know. Okay, the menu you both can see says, "Today only, all items are 1 gold each," because your DM doesn't like math.
That's a heck of a sale.
Yeah, they're all the same price. For some reason, special. Okay, so you can buy a whole watermelon, a volleyball, a whole pizza, an iced cappuccino, a beach towel, a folding umbrella, and a bucket with sandcastle, mold, and shovel. It says you can pick up the non-food items from the chef when you're ready to go.
Okay, I was worried there for a minute. I thought they were going to serve you, like, to eat an actual volleyball down there.
I was
Clarifies.
That came to my mind too. Of course, I wouldn't be opposed to trying it.
I mean, no, it depends on how they prepared it. If it's deep fried, I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot. So what were the food items? I'm sorry, I was distracted by the non-food items.
A whole watermelon. In fact, now that you're looking at it, it makes sense that this is in the left column and the non-food items are in the right column. Whole watermelon.
That's why I was reading across. That's like this. Okay.
Whole watermelon, iced cappuccino, whole pizza.
That's it.
Yep. And the non-food items were volleyball, beach towel, folding umbrella, and bucket with sandcastle, mold, and shovel.
No, I ordered the whole pizza.
Okay. The waitress takes your order and sets down waters in front of you. Crud Jr., would you like some food?
Do you guys have any meat?
Yeah, the pizza comes with your choice of topping.
Okay, just give me a plate of meat, raw.
Okay. Would you like some faux crab or faux human or...
A little bit of everything.
Okay. This restaurant caters to all the races, so sure. All right, and she takes your gold. Please subtract that from your character sheet. And takes the order back to the chef. The chef, the overweight blue man behind the counter, he is a tiefling. He has blue skin. He starts working on your pizza. He has a real stone oven back there, so it's like one of the nice pizzas. And for the meat, he has this really nice knife, and he cuts pieces from every meat in the house for you. As he works, he says, I don't often get orders like this. Where are you guys from?
Nickamoy.
Okay. Let's see. And then I try to give all of my people flaws. So the chef then says, but where are you really from to Crud Jr.? Because that's not a good thing to say to people.
Nickamoy, born and raised.
Okay. He chops up your raw meat. He says, so what brings you all here today?
Well, we were going to have fun on the beach, and we did. So, yeah, that's about it. We were kind of on hiatus right now for some reason, which is not a complaint by all means, just seemed out of the blue.
On hiatus from what? What do you do for a living?
Oh, we work for the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild.
Whoa, that's impressive. You guys are famous around here.
We are? I mean, of course.
Yes, we are. Or at least,
Okay, yeah.
my dad and those guys are. We're getting there.
I'm new, so,
He says, well, I'm Luco. Nice to meet you. It would have been good to have some of you guild members around last night.
Oh.
Why?
Well, I was cleaning up and closing the waterfront last night, finishing up those last tasks that a chef has to do, all alone by myself, and, I swear, my heart almost stopped. I thought I saw the Seaweed Hag. Whew.
What the hell is a Seaweed Hag?
Oh, you don't know? The Seaweed Hag is a local ghost story. Yeah, it's rumored that if you see her, she arises from the deep, dripping wet and cold as death with her long seaweed hair and her creepy, damp skin. She walks across the beach looking for people to eat and suck the life right out of. And if she looks at you and you meet her eyes, it's said that you won't be able to move, and she'll get closer to you and closer to you and closer to you until...
Sounds like a water vampire to me. Just...
The Corinthian is like literally leaning out of his chair as far as he can as he gets close, as the guy is telling the story. And then when he like pauses, he just like stumbles out of the chair, just like stands up real quick. Oh, sorry. I was really entranced. What were you? It gets closer to you?
Yeah.
And that, then what?
And then you die. I don't know.
Oh, I thought maybe like...
It's just a big kiss. They just gives you a big wet one.
Yep.
I mean...
Like a
It's been
Dementor.
a while. I wouldn't say no.
Oh.
Oh, that kind of kiss. I see.
Yeah, so last night I was here all by myself, and I was looking across that very lawn right there, and you guys... Well, one of you is already facing the entrance, and the other one of you can turn and look, and he says, that very lawn right there, it was the dead of night, the moon was out, not a single soul but me and that Seaweed Hag. And oh man, when I saw her walking across that lawn, I was like, oh boy. She stopped, and she turned, and she saw me. Oh, but then thank goodness, she kept going.
Huh.
Well,
And, I almost wasn't going to come in today, but I thought of how Samir Heinrich, the owner of, the waterfront, he would laugh at me if I let a ghost stop me from coming in. I don't want Samir to think less of me, so I came in and I haven't told anyone about it yet. But, it had been weighing on me. Thank you, adventurers. Saying it out loud, I realize how crazy it sounds. I must have just been mistaken.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Our people will be in touch with you for our retainer.
And you guys have your pizza and your meat. They come out at the same time.
Crud Jr. digs into his meat. You just see it disappear into his hood.
Yeah, I think Corinthian just eats the pizza normally, but the fact that he has like armor plating on like his face just makes it look like as if like you fed pizza into some sort of like chomping machine. So that by itself just looks awkward.
So there's little bits and pieces of pizza just everywhere as well then, right?
Oh yeah. It's a mess. It's an ordeal to clean up afterwards, but he does clean up. He doesn't just like walk around with food all over the place.
Civilized.
Yeah. He's a bizarre experiment, not a monster. God.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, so after we finished our meal, I was like, so you think we should... I mean, it sounds like we should probably look into that. I mean, I could go dive in the water and take a look. He said it was right there.
But he said it was on the sand. He didn't say it came out of the water there.
I thought he said it came out of the water.
He should have if he did not.
Okay.
Insert coming out of the water here.
Yeah. Came across the lawn from the water, walking up from the beach. Yeah. That's the story he was supposed to tell you.
And that is the story we heard.
Yes.
Exactly. It's not that big a video for me to go look. I can just then, back and just see what I find.
Okay. Off with you.
I'm gonna go do
Off
that.
with you.
Right, well, there's no need to be condescending about it. Jeez. God. It's alright. I understand. I was being a little forefront. No need to apologize.
Whatever.
I'm gonna go look. So, Corinthian is gonna go to the water and dive in, and he's gonna what he's going to do, I'm sorry, is he's going to go to the beach and see if he can see any tracks first, and then go from there.
Okay. Do an investigation check or some kind of skill check to check for tracks.
Crud Jr. is just going to watch him from the window from the booth.
You can see the ocean from here. Yep.
I got a 9.
With a 9, there are many tracks. You're not certain if this seaweed up at the top of the sand near the hill is from someone dropping it last night as they emerged from the water or just from a high tide.
Hey, Cal, the water's that way. That's just the sand.
I know. I was seeing if there are tracks.
It's a beach where people walk all the time. There's going to be millions of them.
But it's supposed to be closed.
Yeah, and that stopped us, right?
Touche.
Water.
I go dive into the water.
Okay. And now that you're in the water, swimming around, do a perception check.
Yep.
With advantage because you're paying attention very closely, searching for clues.
It's good because I'll probably need it. Wow. I don't know if this is lucky or not, but I rolled 2 13s. So, with my perception, that is 15.
Okay. All right. 15's not bad.
It's not bad.
And you're in the water, so there's that. So I'd like to convey a mood to you guys, and I'm not sure how to do that, so I'll describe it. It's that feeling when you're in the middle of the woods, all by yourself, nothing around you but trees and green stuff blocking, as Crud Jr. is looking out for a Tyrannosaurus from view. There's maybe some deer in here, maybe some calling birds. You're all alone, and you're walking along, and you see a set of stairs in the woods. No house, no civilization, nothing for miles, and just a set of stairs. It's that feeling, that's what you get when in the water you see, from way off in the distance, a light. A light shouldn't be here underwater, but there it is. Way, way in the distance, far, far away from you, in the blue nothing, there's a light. And as you're watching, it goes away. You watch a little bit more, and it comes back.
Sounds to me like you're describing confusion.
Sure, the mood is confused.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more complicated than that, but in its essence, yeah, you're confused at this thing being in a place that it's not supposed to be.
As you watch, the light comes back again, and then it goes away again.
Huh. Alright, so I go back out of the water, and I make a display coming out of the water. I do like a dolphin coming out, cresting out of the water and do a front flip and land. And then make my way back up.
Athletics check?
Sure. I was hoping for acrobatics, but I'll do athletics too.
Acrobatics works.
Because I actually have acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics.
Natural 20.
Oh, 2 flips. Not just one, but 2 flips. A young couple they're avian, so they're like bird people. They go, ooh, appreciatively. They're a guy and a girl sharing an iced cappuccino. Wow, they say. They're in the cafe with Crud Junior. Yeah.
So, walking up to Crud, and we're like, there is a light underneath the water.
What?
Bit of the waves.
What? Huh?
Oh, god damn it. It's hard to tell when you're asleep because you don't have features I can see. It's just eyes.
Oh, you're back. Did you use echolocation? I forgot to remind you of that.
I'm not a dolphin, so no. I have eyes that work because they're front-facing.
Right. Okay.
Anyways, there is a light, which echolocation wouldn't have been able to tell me anyways. There's a light a bit of a ways under the water where there shouldn't be a light. So, that's weird.
Yes.
Pretty sure that's probably where this hag thing came from. Do you think we should say something to this Samir Heinrich guy about this? He's the owner of the place. Of the waterfront, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you think it might be his wife? Because I don't see any other reason why we would need to notify him.
Fair. Well, I mean, he would also be able to pay us if we solve this.
Now you're talking my language. Welcome to the guild, buddy.
All right. Note to self: muddy motivates. Got it. Okay. Well, let's talk to this this Mr. Heinrich. Let's see if he any more information. Also, possible money.
Okay. Luco is behind the front counter. You ask him if Samir Heinrich is in, and he says, "Yeah, he's probably in the back office. Let me go get him for you." Is this about the ghost?
Jawohl. Yes, it is.
Okay. I knew you guys were the right people for the job. And he sets down a bunch of raw meat, I guess.
Ooh, eats.
All right, and there is a person who comes out. He looks human. He looks like he has short, black, curly hair and a very, shall we say, receding hairline. He comes to the front. He says, "Oh, yes, you wanted to talk to the owner."
Yes.
I'm here.
So we hear that from your employee that you wanted to hire somebody to figure out what this water witch woman is.
The Sea Hag.
Yeah, that one.
The Seaweed Hag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's just a story. Those kids make that stuff up when they're on who knows what. You know, kids.
What are they on?
Who knows what.
Okay.
Well, I think there might be some truth to it. Also, you should really think about how these stories spread, especially via word of mouth. You know, it could get around that, this location is haunted, and then people will tend to avoid coming here, which will mean bad business for you, and you lose money. But we are part of the Fire-Breathing Kittens Guild, and we would be willing to take on this task for you to investigate, because we've already found some evidence that there is something going on off the shore here for a nominal fee, of course.
And not only that, but the matter is, an employee saw an intruder here last night. Whether it was a hag or not.
He turns to Luco and he says, "Is this true?" And Luco says, "Oh, yeah, I wasn't going to tell you because it just sounds silly, doesn't it?" And Samir goes, "Yeah," and do an insight check as he says this.
Alrighty.
Okay, now what do I say to successfully convey this?
Oh, wow. I have an 18.
I have a dirty 20.
Give me 1 second while I look up. I think there's a common phrase that... Sorry for the pause, but I want to do this right.
No worries.
No problem.
Here we go. "Oh, Luco, you know you're always imagining things. Yeah, late at night, it's not your strong suit. You're such an early bird. By the time it's late at night, you don't know what you're going to imagine." And what is your insight check?
His was a dirty 20, mine was 18.
Okay, so both of you are able to tell that those are common gaslighting phrases that will convince a person on purpose that their opinion is incorrect when the speaker thinks that their opinion should no longer continue for other reasons than truth. So you recognize these gaslighting phrases and you sense a motive in Samir, but you're not sure what it is.
So, Samir, why are you gaslighting them?
Okay, good at the insight, not at the subtlety.
Oh, man. Just...
Samir says, "I have never heard of this phrase. I do not know what you're talking about."
And I give him the same definition you just gave us.
He says, "You adventurers always trying to make a buck. We are but a simple restaurant on the edge of the ocean. What can we offer you? We're barely staying open ourselves. We don't have the money to pay you. Go off and be on your merry beach way. Here, take a bucket and go play with the sand." And he gives you, on the house, you all acquire 1 bucket with sandcastle, mold, and shovel.
I don't know why I'm writing this down.
I am too.
That's yours to keep.
In like the next 3 episodes that the Corinthian is in, he's just gonna "I have a bucket," somehow it's gonna apply and it's gonna save the world.
I'm very
Who
tempted
knows?
to put my bucket over the guy's head and ring his bell a little bit.
You probably would not get to keep the bucket if you did that.
Curses. I checked the bucket real quick, see if there's maybe a message that was cleverly put in there.
It says Mattel.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't think so. Well, thank you for your time, and I walk away.
All right. Bye-bye. Crud Jr., are you going down to the beach with the Corinthian?
Actually, once we get down to the bottom of the steps, I'm going to lean into him and say, I can go invisible and follow this dirtbag.
That might not be a bad idea. because it seems like either he's involved with this Seaweed Hag, or he's legitimate about them not having money.
Once you said it, it sounds like a good idea. Crud Jr. vanished.
Corinthian doesn't even notice. He just keeps talking. He's like, either he's involved with legitimate, don't have enough money to pay adventurers, which means like he could just be trying to protect his investment. Doesn't excuse the fact that he gaslighted his employee. What do you think? What? Every time.
So I'm following the Samir. Is his name right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Samir Heinrich.
Following him.
Okay. You are in his office, standing creepily next to him as he does office work for a few hours.
He does nothing else?
Just office work.
Okay. I appear right next to Cal. Yeah, he's just doing office work.
I wanted to roll to see how good the sandcastle I made was. I got a 13 on the die.
Does he get advantage because he has the mold?
Yes. Yes, he does.
Okay, it's still a 13 on the die.
It's almost as good as the one the kids down the beach are making.
Just kind of stares at it, moping a little, like, goddamn kids.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, hey, you're here. So, anything?
Cute sandcastle? No, nada.
Okay, well, thanks for the compliment. I appreciate that. So, what do you think we should do now, I guess, at this point? I mean, those kids already beat me in the sandcastle competition, so I really don't feel like embarrassing myself anymore.
Too late.
You don't have to rub it in. I'm sorry. It was wrong of me. I just got angry. I didn't mean it.
You're forgiven.
So should we investigate that light, you think, maybe? On our own? Or, like...
Yeah.
Maybe...
We'll just have Nulasag send him a bill afterwards. We'll have Nulasag go after him for it.
That's even better. Because then he has to pay. It's like, it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission, right? In this case, it's better to just do the job and bill them afterwards before asking them if they want to pay. I should have taken that degree in business. All right, let's go.
Don't quit your day job. Let's go.
This is my day job.
Right, don't quit.
Oh, well, I wasn't gonna. I don't see why you thought I was gonna quit.
Well, I'm just making sure that you're new to this.
That's fair.
And you seem very disheartened right now.
I'm gonna go in the water.
Aw. Where he can no longer hear the people making fun of him. Yep. He jumps into the water, and I imagine you dolphined out pretty well, so you probably don't make too much of a splash jumping in either.
Yeah.
Crud Jr., how do you enter the water?
Very slowly, very smoothly.
Okay. Do you breathe underwater?
I do when I cast water breathing.
There you go. Do you cast water breathing?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah. It gets me 24 hours under the water, so.
Yeah, and does it give you a swim speed?
No.
Okay, all right. That is noted. All right, I'm going to read some basic underwater rules. No, I'm just going to recite them from memory. Okay. Underwater, once an hour, we have to roll a strength check for exhaustion. I sent these rules to you in the chat. All melee attacks, except for things that resemble King... What's-his-face's trident, have disadvantage.
Neptune.
It's like piercing... Neptune, yeah. So everything that's not like King Neptune's trident gets disadvantage. Like swords and stuff. And then... Oh, are you wearing armor?
Nope.
Good. So you don't gently moonwalk on the bottom of the ocean. All right, and then there's other rules, but it's all on the paper that I sent you. It's like a 2-page document.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're outside of your range, you, instead of getting disadvantaged, just flat miss with ranged attacks.
I think that only applies to like ranged weapons.
Ranged weapon
like,
attacks.
Ranged
yeah.
spell attacks
Arrows.
still operate normally.
Yeah. So if you try to shoot an arrow and it's beyond your range, you miss.
Okay. I don't use martial weapons.
Yeah, just letting everybody know. That is the official, I think I recited them all, rules. So I'll be rolling.
For the audience.
Yeah, I'll be rolling for exhaustion for you once an hour. Okay, you guys dive into the water. It's cold.
He dives. I slowly, stealthily, and gracefully walk in.
I'm doing laps around him, waiting for him to get just fully submerged.
Look, it's cold. It's going to take a minute.
Oh yeah, and since you don't have a swim speed, your movement is half. That's right. There's more rules. Okay. So how many feet are you moving per round then underwater?
15.
He is swimming laps around you. What's your swim speed?
Well, since I have a swim speed, it's equal to my regular speed, which is 45 feet, because I'm a monk.
Do you want to, like, tie him to you?
I was about to ask, I was like, should I just, like...
Crud Jr. climbs on your back.
Okay, there we go.
You have a mount. Perfect. You found steed.
And it just dolphined through the water.
Okay,
I pull
so you're
on
both
your left
moving...
ear to go left. I pull on your right ear to go right.
Oh. Whew. So you're both moving at 45 feet per 6 seconds, so you're pretty fast. Someone will do the math on that and tell me if it's fast or not. I'm sure that's fast. It's like, is that like torpedo fast or dolphin fast? I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, probably fast. We're going with fast. Okay.
It's not as fast as I could be, but...
The bottom start...
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. The bottom starts out covered in seaweed and sandy. A brown floating algae called sargassum is taking up the surface of the water and down to like 3 feet below the surface. There are lots of little critters that live in there. There's sargassum fish that look exactly like the brown floating algae, mimicking it and hiding in it. The bottom is also covered with seaweed and there's a lot of crabs and seahorses. You keep swimming. You swim further and further. Eventually, the sandy bottom gives way to rocks. So here we go. The bottom had previously been sandy. As you progress further out, following that flash of light, here and there is a rock or two. Now there is a cluster of rocks, then several clusters of rocks. The bottom drops off. You lose sight of the rocks in the distance. Do you swim closer to them?
At 5.1 miles per hour? Maybe.
That is pretty fast underwater.
Not torpedo or dolphin speed.
Yeah, no, it's a bit slower than them. Better than 15, though.
Yeah.
I think... Yeah, so there was the rocks dropped away and we're still swimming straight?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I think I'll swim down to keep them within view.
Okay.
Just so that way we're not stuck in like the middle of water with no landmarks.
Yeah. You experimentally discover that sight distance seems to be a maximum of 60 feet due to particles in the water. So that's something that people with dark vision would still be limited by particles.
Got it.
How far are you off of the bottom, given that you can only see 60 feet?
I think I would swim like maybe 30 feet off the bottom. Just so that way it gives like... It's not like at the edge of my vision, but also it's not like right on top of it, just in case.
All right, and Crud Jr.'s along for the ride?
Hanging on to both ears.
All right. You see rocks. Gradually, the rocks become different. They are spiky balls of pink, yellow, white, orange, purple, and neon green. On one mound, flat orange plates are stacked on top of one another on the left of the rock mound. In the distance, it's blue, blue, blue for as far as you can see, with light shining down from the surface far ahead. At the top of one rock mound, a pink rock resembling tree branches spreads its stems from a central point. Colorful red, yellow, and blue fish swim in and out of the rocks. Multiple vertically striped black and white fish school together. As you get further into this coral reef, everybody roll a perception check.
Crud Jr. reaches into the school and grabs one of the fish and gnaws on it while we go.
Okay, opposing dexterity check.
Oh, okay. Where's my dex? Is that a... Okay, that's it. It's going to be a 7.
Oh, you tried.
Well, I tried.
I got a 7 for the perception, so...
Well, that's good for... That's what I should have rolled for dexterity. He's the one that needs to see. That's a dirty 20.
So riding on his back, Crud Jr. has more time to look around and is able to see that they're swimming over some very large holes. When you look down into the holes, you see a flash of green and then nothing. It's not the light that you're following, but it's curious. There was a little flash of green and then sediment got kicked up and then nothing.
Okay. I'm not sure whether I can talk down here yet or not, so I'm just going to angle his head to one of the holes as it flashes green, and then I put his head back up.
Corinthian, your head was jerked down towards one of those holes. How do you react?
I presume that that means go investigate. So I steer us towards that light.
Whoa.
No, I was just bringing it to your attention, but okay.
With a swim speed of 45 feet per round and only 30 feet above the bottom, you swim heckin' close to that hole before anyone can notice anything's happening.
Well, I'm going to get started on my new character.
Well, I guess it would be pretty cornered in that hole. It saw you overhead. It tried to get deeper in the hole. You pursued it into the hole. So, yeah, everybody make... I
wasn't trying to dive into the hole, just kind of like go near it and then like come to a stop and take a look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to... Okay.
All right. Shooting out from the recesses of the hole, appearing out from the depths are white bone jaws that are going to try to snatch at you. So both of you make a dexterity saving throw.
I just proved that I wasn't good at those. 15.
I am good at those, but when you roll terribly and you get a 12...
12 total?
Yeah. Yeah, 12
Crud
total.
Jr. kicks you, which makes him shoot up on top. He's totally dodging this, but he kicks you into the jaws, and they grab around you and pull you in towards a massive fanged mouth, because this is really how eels catch their prey. They have 2 sets of jaws, one on the inside of their mouth and one on the outside. We're going to roll initiative.
The thing is, that was completely 100% accurate. That is exactly what would have happened. Yeah, initiative is going to be a whopping 8.
23.
And the eel gets a 3. And with that, we're going to take a break. So join us next time as we learn whether or not our heroes survive this eel attack. Joining us this time were Crud Jr.
Sorry, buddy.
The Corinthian.
It's been fun, if a short ride.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. You can find new episodes by subscribing through your podcast player or by visiting firebreathingkittenspodcast.com. Can you think of a friend who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through your support. Tweet #FireBreathingKittensPodcast, and we may, in a future episode, name a non-playable character after you. Leave us a review on iTunes, and we'll read your review at the end of an episode. Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We are joined by the Corinthian.
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
And Crud Jr.
Kathy's about to get 8.
Possibly true. Everybody, please roll a d20.
That's cocked. 14.
19.
And I'm holding a thing up.
10.
It says 10. So who's the closest to 10?
That would be Kathy.
The Corinthian.
Please tell us what happened last time on Fire Breathing Kittens.
So, last time on Fire Breathing Kittens, we were kind of just sitting around the guild hall. There were no jobs because everything was, it was a big vacation time for everybody. So the whole guild was kind of shut down for everyone to go on vacation, which is fine. There's no problem with that. So the Corinthian and Crud Jr. decided to go to the beach. Well, come to find out the beach was closed because it's spring. And it's not open year-round like some better places are.
Texas, Oahu.
So they decided to go to the beach anyways, rules be damned. After they got done, frolicking in the waves, well, Corinthian was frolicking, Crud Jr. was just kind of standing there. They decided to go to a nearby restaurant. They went to the restaurant and they had a cook tell them that some spooky thing happened last night with some Seaweed Hag. Because, yeah, that happened. So they decide to, after a little bit of a debating, investigate it, found the owner of the shop who gaslights his employees, which is super not cool, and decided to investigate it on their own in lieu of payment, I guess. Or at least, they're gonna bill them anyways. But they dove into the water and went swimming out towards a light. By the way, there was a light that the Corinthian found. And so, yeah, we're going to go look at that. And went swimming in that direction with Crud Jr. on his back because Crud Jr. can't swim as fast as the Corinthian. So, yeah, and then there was a green flash, went to investigate, and turns out giant friggin' eel. And it chomped on the Corinthian, mostly because Crud Jr. pushed him in the back. So
Crud Jr. had to get away.
Yeah.
But you did gloss right over the most important plot point. Your little romantic encounter. You made her blush twice.
I did. But, yeah, well, that's the problem is when you get two really awkward people talking, they don't realize that there's any sort of attraction whatsoever. Or they misconstrue a lack of attraction as attraction. So, yeah.
I'm picturing you being like, come on down to the beach, and her being like, I'm good here.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
let's get him 8.
Oh, right. We're in a battle with a giant eel. So, Crud Jr., you look up, and far, far up in the distance, ripples of light and water shine down to you in waves. Beneath you is the rocky bottom, and around you are a beautiful coral reef and fishes. And in the distance, it's blue, blue, blue for as far as you can see. The Corinthian, a little bit less blue for you, a little bit more dark, because your head is inside the mouth of a giant eel. All right. First up in the initiative order is the Corinthian. The interior jaws, white and bony, are wrapped around your head. The exterior jaws, fleshy and toothy, are, I guess, on your shoulders. And that's where you are. Your turn.
Well, yeah, I'm going to punch him right in the gills.
Good target. Yeah, aim for the soft targets, right?
Yep. I'm just going to do that.
I'm going to give you a, what do you call that? There's that reward thing the DMs give the players for good role-playing. Inspiration point?
Yes,
Inspiration, yeah.
Inspiration for targeting the gills.
Got it. Cool. I'll mark that. So yeah, he's going to punch those gills with a 12.
That hits. This is a huge beast. They have very low AC.
Well, that's going to be 6 damage, and I got a 19 for a second attack.
Also hits.
So that's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage for the second attack. And I'm going to do spend a key point and do a flurry of blows and make 2 more attacks against those gills. For a 15 and a 22.
Both hit?
So that's going to be 6 and 7. So 13 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow, that's a lot of damage. You flurry 4 blows in, I guess, punching both gills twice on both sides. The eel is going to reflexively cough because you've kind of punched where it sucks in water at. And on its turn, we'll see if it spits you out. But first, before it can react, Crud Jr., it's your turn.
I am going to cast Dragon Breath. Cold damage.
Good. Not fire. Some people ask me why bonfires don't burn underwater and then seem disappointed.
Yeah. It needs to make a dex save.
9.
That is a failure. So that's going to be... and even 40 damage.
The Corinthian, please also make a dex save.
Oh, yep.
Oh, right. You're in its... Oh, crap.
Well, that's
you
an 18.
have a wonderful partner.
Okay, so that's
I got
only...
an 18.
That's 20 for you.
Woo!
Sorry. I got a couple cookies that you can eat.
Might need them.
They heal.
You guys are...
I didn't think that one through.
It's the eel's turn. He spits out, or it spits out the Corinthian. And it's down quite a lot of HP quite suddenly. So
You're welcome. I made him spit you out.
it is going to... I guess I'm going to have it roll for courage? I don't know, because it's a wild animal, right? So let's see if it would keep attacking. Well, it's not very bright. It rolled a 6 on whether or not it should realize that it's not going to win this. It's not good at math. It doesn't know what a derivative is or related rates. And at the rate it's going, so it's going to continue to try to bite you guys. And let's see. Crud Jr. was outside of its range for the first bite, but let's roll randomly and see it. Let's see. Odds. Crud Jr. Even.
Point of order.
Yeah.
I have evasion, so I only took 10 points of damage.
There you go. Less dead. Yeah. Odds Crud Jr. It bites for Crud Jr. with its interior jaws.
So it's got to swim past him. Does that mean he gets a attack of opportunity?
It has interior jaws. So they shoot out. Have you seen the movie Alien where it's like, yeah? That's based on eel
it's a really
jaws.
Long reach.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing like a massively long-reaching interior jaws.
Yes, that's how eels legit. You learned a thing about eels today.
Okay.
And it's not good at rolling. Let me see what that is. Does a 15 hit your AC?
Yeah.
Wizard! Yes! Okay. So it snatches you up in those interior jaws, and then you're going to get crunched down as it pulls you back, and it crunches down on you with the exterior jaws for 19 piercing damage.
Ow!
It will have a feast today! Now, it is the Corinthian's turn.
He yells, "Let go of my friend," but the brother water circle comes out like and attacks him. So that's going to be 17 and 18 to hit.
That hits.
For 9 and 8, so 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
So
the
just-
water becomes murky and your sight distance is reduced as blood oozes out of the gills that he's punching. This is a little gory.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm still aiming for those gills.
Yeah. They're bleeding. It's looking... The water tastes coppery. Oh. Crud Jr., it's your turn.
I am going to reach out and grab whatever it's biting me with and use Vampiric Touch.
Okay, your arms are outside of its mouth.
You said it grabbed me and pulled me in.
Oh, that's true. Where did it bite? You picked the body part. What does it have in its mouth?
My big toe.
A foot? Okay. All right. So it's biting onto your leg. Yeah.
Okay, so that is going to be a nat 20 to hit.
Nice.
So I got to roll up some damages. 10, 15, 24. And I heal back full.
Oh my goodness. Whoop, that was the multiply button. That's not good.
Not good for it.
Yeah. You are healed. So you heal 12 damage then? Is that... Or how does that work?
Yeah. So almost full.
Okay. Yeah. It probably has never felt this before. And let's see how intelligent it is if it's gonna bite down harder or spit this weird food out. Wow, it's so dumb. It still thinks you're good eating. So on the eel's turn with something in its mouth still, it's going to try to bite down harder on you. All right, let's... I'm not sure how the mechanics would work for biting something that's already in your mouth. So I'm just going to roll it to hit again.
Yeah, it's trying to chew now.
Yeah, so it tries to chew. It gets a nat 20 on chewing. So 2 sets of jaws, much chewing. And it does 1 extra dice. 22 piercing damage to you.
Ow!
As it noms.
Stop it!
Knock it off.
It's the Corinthian's turn.
Okay. I'm going to attack, and I just realized I actually get 3 attacks. Unless I spend a key, then I get 4. So, note to self for later. So, I have 3 attacks, the lowest of which is going to be 22.
Then they all hit.
No, 21. Sorry, 21.
Yep, all hit.
Okay, so 3 attacks. Damage-wise will be 8, 8, and 9. So that's 16 and 9, which would be 25 points of damage. Bludgeoning, unless he's got some sort of reduction.
It does not have any gill protection. No gill armor.
Is this still standing?
No, it's floating, but...
Upside down?
No, it's not upside down. It doesn't
Is it
appear
still
to be
alive?
dead. Yeah, it's still alive, and I'm going to have it do a Constitution saving throw for getting punched in the gills and spitting out a Crud Jr. And it's not good at that either. So, Crud Jr., it's going to spit you out as it kind of hangs limply in the water for a second, and then another intelligence check, creature. Oh god, you're so dumb. It's like those wild animals aren't built with good intelligence stats. It has a -4. And shaking itself off, it is determined to win this fight. Now I guess it's enraged, and it's just going to keep going. Crud Jr., it's your turn. The eel spat you out, and then shook itself off.
Oh, I am free now?
Yes.
Well, then that changes things a little bit. I'm going to swim back up to it, and I get to cast it again for free, so I'm going to do it again.
Another vampiric touch.
Yep.
I guess you're like petting the giant eel, but as you pet it turns necrotically black or something.
No, I grab it by its gill and try to rip the gill. I'm grabbing it by the gill and pumping my necrotic energy into the gill.
Ooh.
Because we hate the gills, apparently.
Yeah. The flakes of gill. So they're normally full of oxygen and red, and they whiten and fall off like falling leaves. Gross.
Well, that's a 12 to hit.
Ah, that hits.
Oh, it does?
AC. Yep.
Nice. Wow, that's not so good, though. That's only going to be 8 damage. Necrotic.
Its gills turn white, and then they reflush with blood as its heart beats again. It's now the eel's turn, and I'm going to say it's got...
the heartbeat!
It's got 2/3 of a chance of hitting Crud Jr. because he's right up in its face.
I'm on the side of the face.
Yeah, it did. It turns its massive jaws, and using just its exterior jaws this time, you're just that close, tries to bite at you and snap down on your side. It rolled a nat 1. Oh, God. It misses.
And bites itself in the tail.
I'm going to roll a second time. If it's under 10, then an effect will happen, and if it's over 10, an effect will not happen. 14. It just misses.
So you make us hit our own party members, but okay.
There's a chance for stuff to happen, yeah. The Corinthian. This eel's looking dazed, biting at the wrong places, and confused and bleeding. What do you do?
Okay, so I pre-rolled all 4 attacks, the lowest of which was a 15 to hit.
They all hit then.
Okay. So total damage from 4 different attacks was 25 points of bludgeoning.
This eel's not looking very good.
How is it still standing? It's ridiculous.
It's not standing.
Well, how it's still moving. Maybe that's why it's not. He's thinking, it's like, why isn't it falling down? It's like, because you're in water, idiot.
And it's hardly afloat, shall we say.
Yeah. But yeah, I figured like he just does like 2 jabs to the gills, and then he like knees it one time, it's still alive, and then he brings the other knee and uses his little like swimming jets to like accelerate the other knee really hard into the gills, and it's still alive somehow. He's like,
For a second,
he's underwater, so it's just like. Blah, 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 blah.
For a second, it looks to have died, and then it shakes itself off, and it's still kicking. You're like, no. Crud Jr., can you finish off this giant eel?
Well, we shall see, because he is still holding on to the gills now with both hands as it's thrashing about. And I rolled a 23 to hit with 15 points of damage.
Ooh, that's not quite enough. I mean, it hits. It's just not dead. Okay.
Yeah, but I keep healing. That's good.
Oh, yeah. Yes. The eel's going to make an intelligence check. I'm going to give it advantage because this is its last one. Oh, God, it rolled a 9 and a 5. It has a -4 intelligence. Yeah?
Once
That's
it tasted
wild.
me, it wanted to keep coming after me.
Yeah, there's blood in the water, and it's just getting hungrier, I guess. So it's going to try to bite. I'm going to give it 50-50 since you're both up in melee with it as to which one it hits. Crud Jr., you do taste delicious. You were right. It rolls a 16 to hit you, which I think does hit you, for 18 piercing damage. It's a good thing you have vampiric touch, isn't it? Yeah. Listeners, he's nodding, sadly. And that's the end of its turn. Crud Jr., you're in its mouth once again. Your leg bitten up to the hip by the giant eel's mouth. Corinthian, it's your turn.
Sorry, I just took a bite of food. I thought for some reason I had longer.
It's only 2 of us.
Yeah, Okay, so 3 more attacks. The lowest one to hit is 12.
12 hits, that's its AC.
Okay. So for a total amongst 3 attacks of 19 damage.
Oh,
Bludgeoning.
Punch. The fish is still kicking. Punch, you're not sure. And double tap. Punch. You're very certain because you double tapped. This is one unagi, which is the word for food eel. Kind of like beef for cows. It's been pre-tenderized.
Well, note to self, stay away from green flashes and holes.
You take in the scene around you. You're not sure how far into the hole this eel's body goes. You can't see the end of its tail. The hole is just wide enough that you could go inside if you want, and red is oozing out. There are currents and ripples and eddies that are baffling the water around, oozing blood into the greater ocean at large. And as Crud Jr. looks up, he sees silhouettes up at the surface, far, far above you. Long silhouettes with hammer heads.
Oh, let me swallow this eel. Sorry. Sharks! Hey, this eel's good. You want some?
No. We'll go. So, get on my back. Start swimming the way we were going originally.
One more bite. Okay, let's go.
Where does he put it all?
He's a teenager.
He just shoves it into the void of his hood. I don't know where it goes from there.
That's true. Yeah, that battle was more like Crud Jr. eating it back. Like the eel was trying to eat him and he was trying to...
You eat me, I eat you, mother...
Yep. All right, so they keep swimming. So, behind you,
just keep swimming.
If you were to look back, ye old Sodom and Gomorrah style, like you're like, look at that one look back, like Lot's wife, right? Do you look back?
I twist around. I'm facing backwards, just watching.
You watch as the sharks tear into the eel. At first they were hesitant, but now it's a frenzy. You fed the reef.
And myself.
Woo.
Good job.
The circle of life.
Okay, we might want to take a break somewhere down here for get a short rest and heal up, get some spell slots back.
Okay. Do you guys just float, kind of let yourself float and stop swimming? Or do you anchor yourself somewhere?
There's a nice little patch of seaweed where we can have a picnic.
Yep.
I got a couple more handfuls of eel.
Okay. And they have an underwater eel picnic. Unagi for everybody. Are you going to eat some unagi, Corinthian?
No. Does not. He likes his food cooked.
No sushi for you.
Yeah, no, that's all right. That is not a problem. We are taking a short rest.
Yes, on the seaweed bed. As you watch, a cute little seahorse is only 1 inch tall. It's solid white, and it's got bony... Are they bony or cartilaginous? I don't know. They don't look like good eaten. It has its tail wrapped around a seaweed, and its eyes move independently in each direction, and some of them look at you, and some of them look away.
Okay. So I used 5 hit dice to come back to full.
Oof.
Yeah. I got hurt, dude. I'm also going to use my Arcane Recovery and also use my... what was that? It was my Ring of Mind Broadening, and I get all my spell slots back. Yeah. That gives me just enough.
Okay. Corinthian, are you ready to continue? He's giving the thumbs up.
I smack him on the back. You're enjoying that squid, ain't you? Or that eel, huh?
No, I swallowed some seaweed.
Crud Jr. climbs on his back and goes, mush.
It's mush. Takes off.
And they jet away from the picnic patch. All right. So you head downhill again. It's becoming deeper and deeper underwater. Less and less light is penetrating to your depth. That light that you're following becomes even more obvious against the background. All right, so light, darkness, light, darkness. You have been following this pulse through the depths for what feels like a very long time. It's quiet down here. You are alone with your thoughts and the vast, empty blue. Light, darkness. Time passes. You keep swimming, reaching out and pulling the nothingness to you, surrounded by nothing. Light, darkness. That light ahead gradually grows stronger. You're not sure when it happened. The light resolves into a distinct shape. It is a beacon on the top of a mast. The pulses occur when the rotation aligns the open part of the magical lantern with your direction. The mast rises above a precariously angled vessel. Lying on its side, the ship rests on the bottom. There is a dark hole in the middle of the deck, and there are open window gaps on the ship's sides.
Should we introduce ourselves or be sneaky?
What's going on?
Oh, God damn it. Should you see the boat down there now? It's there, the mast. You see that?
Oh, cool, there's a boat. When would that come? Where'd that come from?
Ben, this is what we were following the light up there, and we came here. So I was asking if we should just sneak toward it, or just knock.
Knock.
Okay. Swim towards the boat then.
Okay. You approach the boat. There are several entrance points around the ship's hull that you could go inside. You could knock on any part of the hull. I'm going to read you the entrance points. There is a dark hole in the middle of the deck, and there are open window gaps on the ship's sides.
I'm going to go towards the side. The windows would be facing up towards us, right?
Yes, it looks like the ship is lying on its right side, and its left side is up in the air.
So port is up, starboard is down. And then it's got a hole in the top deck, which would be on the side now. Yeah, I'll go up to the window and just kind of...
Well, there's no glass in it. It's just a gaping hole. So are you knocking on the wood? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, 5. Nothing happens.
Wait a little bit longer.
Hello? Anybody home?
Which comes out like blah, 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 blah.
Hello.
Should I roll again? Yep, nothing.
Okay.
I stare sadly at the dice.
Swim in.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are inside a room. The blue square behind you reminds you of how much more light was in the ocean outside than is inside this room here. Do you guys have dark vision?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you both have dark vision, so you're able to see even though it's not light that you're seeing. I guess dark vision's kind of like...
It's shades of gray, black and white, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shades of gray. In shades of gray, you see that papers rest on the floor. Oh, by the way, this room is sideways. Okay. All right. Books lie on the floor, the new floor, and some are still in their bookshelves. A hammock hangs in a corner at an angle. There is not any sign of underwater growth, such as corals or tube worms.
Oh. Nope. Never mind. That would be bad. Well, no. I grab some of the papers. Like, I swim over, grab some of the papers, and see if I can find some dates on them, as what they are.
Okay. Do a either investigation or your choice of skill check roll.
Investigation sounds right. I'm going to use that inspiration, because I rolled badly. And it was worth it. Natural 20.
Oh, you avoid tearing the fragile papers in your hand. And you see, for a natural 20, you see that, heck, there's a newspaper from 2 days ago, and there's a party invite for next week in Port City, Jishop.
So this is... So... Huh.
This is recently sunk?
Yeah, that's my thought. But then there's this giant spire sticking out. It's either that or... So, hold on. I swim back outside and take a look at that column. Is that going through the boat, or does it look like it was built on top of the boat?
It's the mast that holds the sails.
Okay. Huh.
The lantern is at the top of the mast in the crow's nest, with the sails beneath it closer to the deck, and then the deck.
Huh. Interesting. So how is the light rotating?
It's a magical lantern. If this world had batteries or electricity, you would hand wave at this thing and be like, of course it's rotating on its own. But magic is rotating it in this world where it's going around. Okay. There's a shutter, kind of like a lighthouse, that as the shutter rotates, it blocks off the light. Okay. It's a distress signal.
Okay. Huh.
A good one above water.
Right. Okay.
Less useful below water.
Yeah, still a little useful. It attracted us.
Yeah. But only by chance.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also a communication beacon. This light could also be used. Do an intelligence check for me.
16.
Okay, for a 16, the real world equivalent is when you're holding glow sticks on a beach in Florida.
Okay, I have... Is that means... like
it's
that
a clue. Yeah.
No, my problem being is I don't know what that means in this world.
Florida.
It's okay. It's okay.
So...
When you see a lot of glow sticks on a beach.
A rave?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's possible.
So, I don't know.
I'll tell you at the end. It's a clue, though.
Right. Oh, I believe you, and I'm sure I'm not doubting you for a moment. I'm just ignorant of the facts.
Most people are. That's why it works.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to that room. I think I've gathered as much information I can from this room. I'm gonna try to search the rest of the.
I
ship.
forgot to say, there's a door in that room as well. It's a wooden door.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I can open it.
Yes.
I would like to try to search the ship room by room if possible.
Crud Jr., are you with him?
30 feet behind him.
Okay. The Corinthian opens the door into the rest of the boat. There is a hallway in front of you, and there are stairs up to the porthole on your left. That porthole appears as a blue square that lets in the light from the very distant surface. This hallway is illuminated only by the light from that porthole and by the light from behind you from the room that you were in. It's very dark in the corners of the hallway, but even so, you're able to see that 2 rooms are on each side of the hallway. You came out of the first room on the right, closest to the deck porthole. There's a room across the hallway from you, and 2 rooms further in the hallway as well. It looks like they're not all equally sized. Like the doors look smaller towards the back of the boat.
Huh. All right. So I'm gonna go to the. Speaking of axis, I'm gonna go to the door that is directly as directly across as possible.
Got it. It's the first door on the left, closest to the porthole, directly across the hall from you. You swim just 5 feet or less across the hallway and are at that door. You open that wooden door with one smooth motion, and the water inside pulses out at you with the swirl of the water. You know, it kind of gets like
Silt gets stirred
churned up. Yeah, except instead of being silty, it's a clear brown. Make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, their faces. They did not like that.
I'm 30 feet away. Do I still have to?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Con save. All right, here we go. Total of 19.
Nothing happens.
Wave it as much as I can to try to get it out of my face so I could try to see what's in there.
I'm going to cast Prestidigitation and clear that crap right up.
What physically happens when you do that? Are you swirling the water around? Are you...
No, it magically cleans.
Magically cleans. Are you, like, exchanging... So there's... If you were to stick your head in, you'd see that this is the largest room on the ship. It has a lot of space on the inside. It's a lot of water volume.
Well, no, it's just going to be the surrounding area right around him.
Okay, you hand wave and it dissipates. Yeah.
Can I see into the room at all, or is it still just cloudy brown?
And as you stick your head in, by the way, there's an odor here. I'm gonna give you some clues. It tastes, because you taste in your gills. It tastes kind of nutty, rich, roasted. Mm-hmm. And as you enter the room, you see hundreds of crates, big crates. This was clearly the cargo hold of the ship. You see box upon box. Now, there was a shipwreck, so they're not all stacked very nicely. They're strewn about all over the place. But there are a lot of boxes in here.
Well, obviously, the sailors didn't know how to rig for sea.
For sideways, that's true. They did not.
No, if you properly secure your cargo and you're rigged for sea, nothing's going to move, even if you go...
Make an intelligence check. Just a straight intelligence check. Add your intelligence modifier.
So that's going to be a 19 plus 7.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you pass. You find it extremely suspicious that a regulation ship would be allowed to sail not ready for sea.
Yes. That goes off
where are
by...
the straps? Yeah. There should be straps. What the heck?
I burble that to Cal.
Does this smell, or do the crates have any labeling on them?
They do not have any exterior labeling. Would you like to pry one open?
No.
Where's your sense of adventure?
I think I know what it is.
More brown stuff?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I think it's coffee. Or something similar. But I don't know.
The recently discovered chocolate?
It could be that.
Make another Constitution saving throw now that you're investigating these crates. And Crud Jr., would you like to make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh no, I'm right outside the door. I'm not going in.
That's a 10.
A 10 fails.
Yeah.
We'll see if you get hyper or if you get died.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-oh.
If I die, I know it's arsenic because of nuts.
She just walked away because she needs more dice.
You're hyper for...
Your speed is doubled.
21 rounds.
You get a +2 bonus to your AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you gain an additional weapon attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use object. Yeah, you guys are too smart for your own good. You got hasted.
Whoa! I am wired for sound.
You find yourself very awake.
Cool. Another character with a caffeine addiction. Just what I needed. All right. Yeah, I think knowing what coffee... Because coffee is a regular thing in this universe, right? If I remember correctly?
It's a bit expensive.
Right, but it's not unheard of.
Yeah, but you paid 1 gold for a cappuccino earlier. So, this is pricey.
Yeah.
Is this the Nickamoy coffee party?
Oh, she froze a little bit.
I did not. I just don't know how to respond.
She just doesn't get it. The Boston Tea Party, Nickamoy coffee party.
Are coffee parties a thing, and how do I get invited?
No, I think it's like the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah.
Oh, I was picturing like a coffee. I've had hot pot parties. I loved them. They were awesome.
We should find out if there's a huge tax on coffee and if this was in retaliation for that.
All right. Well, now that the Corinthian is wired to the gills, literally, with caffeine, he zooms through the rest of the rooms as fast as possible.
Okay, so you zoom through the crate room and you count 200 crates. And then you're back in the hallway.
Probably.
Yeah, and he just goes to the next room and like bursts through there, looks through that.
Left or right? Which one do you choose? Right?
He goes right.
Okay, all right. You slam open. You're like, door open as quickly as possible. And it's dark on the inside of this room. You have dark vision. So you're able to see. The door doesn't open all the way. It's a push open door and it kind of presses against something squishy. It presses against something squishy that pushes back. And then emerging from the recesses into the gap that the door opened up are giant red tentacles. Please roll initiative.
All right. Well, nothing like fighting octopi.
8.
16. Wait, don't I have a thing for initiative for haste or no?
Nope, just +2 AC. It's the modifier. Advantage on dexterity saving throws.
This is not a saving throw, so. Okay.
Your speed is doubled.
I know. Nothing like swimming 90 feet or 180 feet if I dash.
Woo! Now you are a dolphin.
Yeah.
Okay, you're up first. You pushed the door. It was squishy, and there's tentacles.
Yep. Is there enough? You know what? No. I'm going to literally, so it's dark in here.
Yep.
I'm going to kind of swim into a shadow and then swim out of a shadow on the other side of that door.
Swim
because that's the thing I can do.
Into a shadow and then swim out of a shadow. Okay. Ooh. This is complicated. So it is. Have you ever seen an octopus go inside of a container? They occupy a lot of the space there. So you're now in a cuddle hug with an octopus on all. So I'm going to allow you to get in the room. Yes. And
the octopus loves you. It's giving you a hug.
I step in there and there's a giant eyeball right there. Just
yeah. Yep. So you are right up next to that octopus. You feel it's very soft. Yeah, because you're not in the sucker part. You're like between the top of the arm and the round head part. So, okay, you're experiencing a luxurious bed of octopus right now. Yep. It's the octopus.
This was not well thought out. Well, that was my. Was that?
You've got at least one attack from the haste. If you want to punch it in the eyeball, I guess.
Yeah, that was a bonus action. To do that.
You still got all your attacks then.
I still have all of my other stuff. But seeing how it looks like it's... So I saw tentacles, and because hasted caffeine mind, assumed it was just like one normal-sized or a bunch of normal-sized octopi, and then zapped in, or like kind of foomped in there. Now realizing this is one giant octopus... And is now trying to figure out how the hell it got in here, and maybe we should help instead of attack. So he's
perception
try to
check, because you're really in that room. I'm going to give you a perception check. Yeah.
Oh, fudge knuckles. 7. I got 7.
Yeah, it's a very comfortable bed of octopus. There's so much octopus you can't see the other things.
Yep. You hear from the room, mistakes were made. And I think that's going to be my turn. Okay.
It's the octopus's turn next. It will examine the door because it didn't realize that part could move. It assumed this was a cave, and it's opened that door before, perhaps in the past, but never with people on the other side. That's new. So very curious. It's going to reach its tentacles into the hallway and explore. Crud Jr., you're 30 feet back?
probably a little bit more as he got pushed out of the way when Cal came rushing out of that the cargo hold.
Yeah. Okay, so the tentacles don't find you as it explores. And it then swivels its eye around and sees you, the Corinthian, right up in its face. It's like, holy cow! And let's do... Are you trying to be scary?
No. At this point, it's just shock and confusion, I think, is on the Corinthian's face. Because he did not expect this whatsoever.
Okay. Now, giant octopi, not very intelligent. So I'm going to let it attempt to...
But they're mostly brain.
So another fight to the death.
Gonna see what it thinks of you. It rolled an 18. Yeah?
Hey.
I mean, they're very intelligent. They're just also very murdery, right? So
Right.
I figured it out. Thinking about these stats more, I probably should have given it more of an int of like 16 instead of an int of 4. I don't know if I agree with these D&D stats. I'm going to cross that out. Anyway, eels, not intelligent. Octopi, very intelligent. So, okay, it rolled an 18, and it's very intelligent. It's not going to attack you this first turn, because they're very curious creatures. So, instead, it's going to try to open your backpack. You've got a backpack, right? Or you've got some kind of pack.
I don't, actually.
You don't have a pack? Oh.
No.
You don't have any
literally
rations? Nothing?
No. Woefully unprepared. All I have is like the clothes I'm wearing and my magical boots.
Okay. It's gonna try to take your boots off. It's
I like
very
those.
intrigued by the concept of clothing. It does not wear clothes. And it's
Right.
gonna try to take your boots off. Are you gonna let it?
No.
Take your okay. All right. All
Paid
right.
good money for those boots.
So you're going to try to resist. And that brings us to Crud Jr.'s turn. Crud Jr. The octopus is getting familiar with your friend.
Yeah, well, Crud Jr. is just getting his bearings.
You saw some tentacles come out of a door and your friend's gone.
Yeah, tentacles, door.
Your friend who just swam into a shadow and disappeared.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I was upside down, backwards, spinning in at like a top.
And now there's tentacles.
So, I think what Crud Jr. would do is go, hello? Is everything okay?
Okay. Do you speak to animals? Or can you? Or
Oh, I wasn't speaking to the animal. I was trying to speak to my friend.
Oh.
You hear semi-muffled from the other room, mistakes were made!
Do you want me to do anything, or?
Don't piss it off!
Oh, okay. So you want me to piss it off? I am going to hold a attack action if it gets aggressive to me or my friend. I am going to lay on hands with my vampiric touch, I think.
All right. Corinthian,
Oh
I'm
no,
gonna give
you know what? I'm probably too far away. I can't do the vampiric touch. Yeah, I'll just use my dragon breath if
Okay, you've ready to dragon's breath.
violence ensues.
If violence ensues. Corinthian, you've got one turn to figure out what's going to go down here.
Okay. So obviously it's moved because it's going to try to take off my boots.
Yes.
Or it's aiming to. I want to get out of this room. Now, in order to teleport in here, I could see into here. So, but that also means that was like the only space that wasn't occupied by this thing. Now, provided it hasn't blocked my view to the doorway.
There is a doorway and there is also a window to the what's currently the top side of the boat. This is the right side of the boat. The problem is the left side. Oh god. It's laying on its right side. This is the left side that faces the surface.
Yeah. So the problem being is in order for me to teleport, it's got to be from dim or dark to dim or dark. So I know the hallway has a shadow, but up top does not, presumably.
Correct.
That I can see. So I'm going to try to swim back into the shadow I came out of and go out into the hallway again.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I will do that. That's my bonus action. So you all of a sudden see the Corinthian swim out of a shadow and go, I don't think we should go in there. There's a big giant octopus.
Close the doors then.
I will attempt to close the door.
Now, there are tentacles reaching out of that door.
Oh, right. I don't want to...
Gently.
That'll piss it off. Yeah, I would try to gently close the door.
Yeah.
I never thought we would be, like, anti-cruelty to animals, but here we are.
Make an animal handling check for your ability to push the tentacles into the room without upsetting the animal.
And to be fair, the last one attacked us.
That's true.
This is true.
Tried to eat
That
you.
was self-defense.
Self-defense and then a snack.
Yeah. This animal has so far just manhandled you. That's all.
Right. That is animal handling is a 19. I actually rolled really well.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you successfully patty cake the tentacles back into the room.
Just, don't watch out for this one. Get in. Okay, and okay.
It is now the octopi's turn. I'd like to make an opposed strength check to keep the door closed. It's curious. It's going to try to open the door again.
Yep, opposed strength.
It is very strong. Oh, it rolled a 19.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 14, which means I got a 13.
Oh, it has a +3. So with its above 20, it's going to pull that door open. And I guess, are you holding onto the door handle? Yeah, because you're trying to pull it closed. So it pulls you into the room with a sucking of water. And now the door is fully open and you can see mostly octopus, but also perception check.
Ooh, 19.
Okay, this time you're paying a bit more attention. A little bit less traumatized by sudden octopus appearance. And you can see that the walls are covered in white tubes that have an end. So they're like rounded tubes, like long, and then they got a rounded tube.
Well, that's weird.
And the octopus is going to try to grab you. So perhaps make a dexterity saving throw.
Which I have advantage.
I rolled a 3.
I got a 25.
Oh gosh, yeah. No, it rolled a 3. It is not able to grab at you.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
As you're watching the white tubes sway in the current from it failing to grab you, and you see that they're attached to the wall with a long piece of string. And they look kind of like cylinders with 2 closed off ends.
Okay.
Next up, it's Crud Jr.'s turn. He's facing with tentacles in the doorway. What do you do?
Crud Jr., he's floating there. His legs are crossed, and he's just snacking on eel watching.
Oh, you have eel. You've removed bloody eel meat from your pack?
Why would it? I guess it could be bloody, sure.
Yes, but it's probably not bloody. Okay. The octopi's motions change, and it reaches for Crud Jr. It's now attempting to move out of its room into the hallway. It is the Corinthian's turn. You're currently not being grabbed at all successfully at all. It rolled a 3. And it's trying to move past you into the hallway to get to that Crud Jr. What do you do?
Trying to think. If I see Crud Jr. eating the piece of eel,
Yes.
that probably has a little bit of blood in the water.
Yep.
Seeing how
coffee.
this thing is moving, I was like, I think it's hungry. You should give it a snack. And I will attempt to
Run away.
I'm going to swim past the octopus and get over to Crud Jr. and try to grab him by the collar or something, and then swim out of the boat and say, "Leave a piece behind," and just drag him along. So
Yeah.
I mean, I got 90 feet of swimming speed.
Yeah, you do.
Just
Crud Jr., how do you react to that? He just reached you and he's encouraging you to leave some meat behind. What do you do?
Well, as I'm being yanked through the water, I guess I'm going to leave a piece behind.
Okay.
It probably happened so quickly. It just surprised him, and he just lets it just floats out of his hand.
Huh? And
Yeah.
a piece of eel
I was
meat.
having a nice, enjoyable snack, watching these funny antics, and all of a sudden I'm being yanked.
It's the octopi's turn. The octopi gratefully accepts your eel meat offering. It loves eel. It eats eel all the time. And it's going to munch on that. I'm going to have it make an intelligence saving throw. Gosh. I'm giving it an intelligence of 17, even though... Because I statted it dumb.
Are you 1 point smarter?
Yeah, it would get a +3 on that. So it's going to not really think about it and just happily munch on that eel, occupying basically the entire hallway. It's so big. You guys have exited out of the light blue square and are now above the ship. The hallway is occupied by octopus. What do you do?
well, there's the other windows we could look through, right?
Yep. There's the window to the room with the papers and the hammock, and there's the window to the octopus room. And there's the hallway.
So we met the captain.
Or the current captain, anyways. I want to go to the room that the octopus was in and inspect those tubes.
Inspection check. Investigation check.
Yeah. I keep forgetting my modifiers. It's 17.
With a 17, when you look closer at these white tubes, there's a little tiny eyeballs inside of them. 2 little tiny eyeballs that are looking out at you. And 8 little tiny legs.
These are its babies. We do not want to mess with Mama's kids because she will eat us.
Yep, that's registering now. Yeah, no, leave those alone. And it's occupying the entirety of the hallway?
It's currently at sort of where Crud Jr. was, munching on eel.
So there's only one room we haven't checked, correct?
Yes.
Can I get to that room?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go real fast, because you do go real fast. You have a dash speed of 180 or something.
Right now, yes.
And Crud Jr. is
I'm going to wait outside.
Oh.
No, I want to wait outside.
Okay. Yeah, you play, what's that game where, little moles come out of a hole and you try to whack on it?
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole.
You play whack-a-mole where you move real fast and see if you can get past there before the octopus notices you. So I'm going to do a perception check on the octopus's part. No, it's really, really happy to have this eel, and it loves rolling 7s and 5s and 3s. And you get into that last room, which is more like a closet, really. There's a lot of equipment here. I'm going to read some stuff to you.
Okay.
This room, which is quite small, has items strewn all over it. It's very tilted, and equipment is everywhere, all over what is now the ground. Do a perception or an investigation check.
Well, I'm better at perception.
Your choice.
13.
Okay, I'll give you some of them. You see a light blue cloak and a multicolor braided cloth strap amongst the other normal equipment.
Multicolored strap, you said?
Yes, a multicolor braided cloth strap and a light blue cloak.
Okay. I'll grab those, I guess, and then swim back out.
Okay, and an intelligence check.
5.
Okay. Coffee's real expensive. That's what you think to yourself. And you leave the boat.
Well, there's no way I can cart 200 crates by myself.
No, but we got 24 hours. Between the two of us, we could probably get most of them back to the shore.
They're talking outside the boat as the octopus goes munch, munch, munch in the hallway.
Actually, it'd probably be better off just like chartering a salvage boat or something.
My dad's rich. We can do that.
There we go. I also found these. A cloak and a strap.
Detect magic.
They're both magical.
Ooh, what information do I glean from detect magic?
You can detect the school of magic, right?
Yes.
What's the protection school? Is that abjuration?
I believe so.
The cloak is abjuration. And what's the no free will for you school? What's that one? Makes people not have free will. Makes them do stuff for you.
Slavery?
No, there's...
That's a societal thing, not a school of magic.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't get out the PHB.
D&D schools of magic. I have this favorite image that I try to get up every time that's like, oh, I love this one. Abjuration, protect stuff. Illusion, make stuff look like other stuff. Enchantment, make things do stuff. Divination, know all this stuff. Evocation, destroy stuff. Transmutation, change stuff into other stuff. Necromancy, do creepy stuff. Conjuration, make stuff appear. Yeah, so abjuration, protect stuff, is the cloak. And enchantment, or maybe divination, is maybe both. Maybe it's braided together. Enchantment and divination is the braided cloth strap. Do you get anything else from your detect magic?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know anything else. You either have to like cast identify or like spend some time with it.
You could probably sense that they're not dangerous to wear from your check. They don't seem like cursed objects to you.
I'll hand the cloth strap back, and I want to try on the cloak.
Okay. Crud Jr.'s wearing a light blue cloak. It's got a stand-up collar, like Benedict Cumberbatch.
So how do I look?
Dashing. Not as dashing as Benedict Cumberbatch.
Says you.
So this strap, does it look like a belt of some kind, or?
It's not long enough to go around your waist. It's only long enough to go as a headband. Or maybe a choker.
Did you tell me the school of magic?
It's braided together enchantment and divination.
And I would be sure to tell you that it is not dangerous to us.
Doesn't seem that way.
It clicked all the right boxes.
It didn't seem cursed.
Which is why I put on the cloak.
It didn't strangle him. Good cloak so far.
But if I yell, cloak, rip off Doctor Strange, it will do cool stuff.
Let me give you the stats on that cloak, actually, since we're here. It means that you take a maximum of 30 falling damage, regardless of height.
Wow. Cloak of slow falling.
Yeah.
Is it a cloak of slow falling, or just...
It's a maximum of 30 falling damage.
So not slow falling, it's just... It hurts less.
It's a no lethal falling damage. Yeah.
Feather fall cloak would be better, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm mildly curious. I'll wrap this thing around my head.
Okay. He's wearing a multicolored cloth strap as a headband. Crud Jr. looks at him, and he's just so distracted by this cloth. You ask him, how does it look, Crud Jr.? What do you say?
Gorgeous.
And Corinthian, please do an insight check with +2.
14.
With +2. So you learned that you're more insightful than you normally are because this braided cloth strap distracts people as they try to look at you. You're able to see their reactions a little bit more honestly because they're distracted.
Does it have to be worn on the head?
Yep.
Damn it.
Well, she said choker as well, so you could use it as a choker.
Yep.
Yeah, but I breathe from there.
You keep it a little bit moist while you're above water. That could be your... you said you kept something moist around your neck anyway.
It's true. I'll think about it.
Okay. Yeah. And you can always sell it. Speaking of selling things, you bet that if you sold that coffee, it might be worth intelligence check.
Both of us?
Well, you didn't go in the room, so no.
Okay.
I would have told him about it.
There's a lot of crates in there.
Well, I got a 15.
Okay, 15's high enough. It would probably be worth like 20,000 gold.
That's a lot of coffee. That's like 20,000 gold's worth of coffee in there.
That's 10K each.
Yes, it is. Okay. Back to shore? I think it's time for back to shore, because I didn't see any bodies. And I'm pretty sure we explored all of it, right? There's not any area I didn't catch?
That's correct.
Okay. Oh, son of a... You know what? I'm going to leave that die there for now.
It is dead to you now.
It is dead for right now, till I pick it up later.
I will say this. The other party solved this puzzle without going back to shore. You don't need to go back to shore. 'Tis unnecessary. You could do that. You don't have to.
Guess we should find out how this ship sank.
Usually a hole in the hull.
Was there a hole in the hull? I know there's a hole in the top deck.
You actually investigated the boat pretty thoroughly, and there was not a hole in the hull.
How the hell did it sink? Was it coffee?
Could be that nobody pumped the bilge out, and the bilge water just ran over.
I'm gonna... Well, something walked out of the sea too, presumably. Do you think that shop was selling coffee? Do you think this was his boat?
He did say he was just about to go under. Could be because he lost the boat. And that could have been a surviving crew member on the that came ashore. Just so hopped up on coffee, he made the swim real quick.
It's true. Huh. I don't know. I'm not good at this stuff.
Puzzles. It's a puzzle.
I was built to punch things, not puzzle things. No.
You do have a wizard in your group.
I'm going to try to, look around the ship, the seabed, and see if I can find, maybe it dragged or something. Something that stands out.
Mm.
Or sea hag footprints or sea hag eggs.
Maybe somebody wandered. I don't know.
Crud Jr., what are your theories? And how would you get stuff from the bottom to the surface?
I think he had a good idea. A salvage boat with a nice crane. Get the guy that breathes underwater to hook him up. Bring him to the surface that way.
Or if you were trying to do it clandestine, you would just cast water breathing or something like that. Weigh yourself down. Walk out to the boat. Pick up a crate. And then walk it back.
So we just hang out here until the sea hag comes back?
It's an option.
For another crate?
Have you guys ever seen a boat resurface? Do you know the process behind it?
Yeah.
You just make it less dense than water, and then it rises.
Usually either by sealing the hull and pumping the water out, or by using balloons to pump air and bring it to the surface that way.
I've seen it done with ping pong balls.
Yes.
So have I.
That too. Yay, Mythbusters.
So there are so many options. You can do anything you want. It's a puzzle. Many options. Enjoy. I will sit back and sit this.
So wait, if the hull's intact, we could sail the ship back.
Yeah.
So how do we do that?
We can nail a couple of the octopus's legs to the hull of the ship, make it chase us to shore.
That's the problem too, is it's got all those babies.
I can make a suggestion to the octopus to bring it back up to the surface for us and to vacate its children.
Could you? That'd be pretty.
I can try to cast that.
What do you mean by suggestion?
I can cast suggestion on it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just gonna violently suggest.
No. My violence is shooty things at your face. So, and that's way bigger than both of us combined.
Okay. It is pretty big. I was really worried for a moment.
No, I do not want to hurt this octopus. I do not want to hurt the babies.
Okay. Yeah, try... Well, doesn't it have to... I don't know magic.
Oh, it's got to be able to hear and understand me. And I don't think it can hear... I mean, it can probably hear me, but not understand me. Crap.
Right.
Yeah, it hasn't taken many classes in common.
You're a fish guy. Can you speak octopus?
I'm not actually a fish guy.
Oh.
I just am able to breathe underwater. Yeah, no, I got common, elvish, and abyssal. I could play the lyre or a hurdy-gurdy. I don't think that's helpful because I don't have either of them right now. Huh, okay. Fudge.
What's your class again? You're a monk. Okay, all right.
Yes, monk.
Okay.
Ooh, I can do minor illusion. We could scare the octopi out there, but would she grab her babies?
And you
Could
do
she?
remember with the little attached string thing that those tubes are like attached to the walls of the room. So
Yeah.
she can't remove the babies.
Never mind.
Well, we can seal up the hall, seal up that door, keep the octopus and the babies in there, pump out the water from the rest of the boat, right, so it can raise to the surface, keeps the babies and mama safe and alive.
How do we pump the water out?
That's a good question.
Should I give you guys some hints? Or do you want to keep puzzling?
I feel like I'm already... my guy's not dumb, but he's not exactly the smartest guy either. He's got a 12 intelligence, so he's semi-smart. But I feel like I'm... Not only that, I'm kind of at a loss, too, as far as, like, what we're able to do with the given our resources.
Yeah. Okay, so you do want a clue.
Yeah, I think I want a clue.
Okay. As a clue, you think of that iced cappuccino that the cute avian couple were both sharing straws and drinking. And you think about how the ice was on the top of the water, not sinking to the bottom.
Oh, and you can do your frost breath.
I could, but would that create ice? I mean, when I did it over at the eel, it didn't seem like it froze it solid.
Yeah, that was a
No.
giant eel. It wasn't a crate. That's true. You could, DM's just going to tell you. Yeah, you could freeze the crate.
I could freeze the crate with my breath?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll bend the rules a little bit for that, to allow that to happen. Sweet.
Sure.
Okay.
It
Hey,
does.
dude, I can freeze the crates with my breath.
Yeah, we could freeze them. They'll all float.
It does like 40 ice damage. I don't think I'm bending the rules that much.
So we just gotta wait for Mama's octopus to leave the hallway, and then we gotta get the crates out of there and float them to the surface. And there should be enough straps there to where we can tie them all together and just kind of drag them to shore, right?
Well, they'll at least float up to the surface, and then, yeah, we can do that.
I mean, even if they're not like floating completely, as long as there's zero buoyancy, that's a lot easier than trying to drag them on the ocean floor.
We just got to get the octopus out of there.
I think if we wait long enough, she'll go back into that room with the babies. So, wait 15 minutes.
We can stake out and see if the Wicked Witch of the Water comes back.
That too. Yeah, I
All
call
right.
that a twofer.
We agree, so we do it.
You agree, so you do it. You hang out outside of the boat, probably picnicking on the bottom again, right? As you can take a short rest.
Yeah, but no eel meat. That stays in the pack.
Okay. And
Just in case.
after about an hour or so, you see, what would you see? There's a second window in the ship. You went in the first one the first time. In the second window, you see a red tentacle lazily rest outside, sort of like a person driving a car puts their arm on the window ledge. The octopus is putting its tentacle on the window ledge.
Nice.
As well.
Is it moving its up and down with the current?
Yeah. Definitely.
Nice. So, does that hole in the top deck correspond with into the cargo hold?
It's the hallway to deck stairwell.
Okay.
Is there does the cargo hold have an opening to the main deck?
No.
So they take everything down the ladder well.
Yes, and if you want to roll an intelligence check.
I got a 19.
I got 21.
Oh yeah, you both think that's very suspicious. It's like this boat wasn't designed to have 20,000 gold worth of coffee on it and was too heavy.
Yeah, this boat actually really, really ticks off the actual sailor inside me.
Oh, it's sunk. Don't worry, it suffered for it. Hey, everybody, this is why you don't do this.
This is why smuggling is not good.
Okay, can I use my... Is that a cantrip? Because, I mean, we don't care about this boat, right? Can I just use fire bolts just to cut a hole through the hull into the cargo hole?
Yeah.
Just
like
cantrips are...
Like a welding torch?
Yeah, exactly.
Cutting torch underwater?
Just an underwater cutting torch to get a huge hole through the deck into the hold, so we don't even have to go into the hallway.
Yes, you can do that. And because wood has a finite number of hit points and cantrips are not, I'm going to say you succeed.
Yay! Go team!
There's now a very large, properly cargo entranced hole into...
Okay, stand back, Cal, and dragon breath into the entire hold, freezing all of the cargo.
Yes. There are 200 boxes that are, as you turn your breath with 40... Now, this is... I think this is pretty realistic. 40 frost damage on a crate. It's probably enough. The crates freeze a little bit, and as they freeze, the water inside them... Because you actually didn't open any of them. You didn't have to. You tasted it. So as they...
Still buzzing.
Yeah. As they freeze, they become less dense, and they float up through the hole that you made in... they start to individually float up through the hole that you made in the side of the boat.
There was all that strapping or whatnot in that hold, wasn't there? Or no?
There's not strapping, so this is a badly...
Yeah, there was...
planned.
That's why it was all over everywhere instead of still strapped and lashed to the proper places.
I quickly go to that one closet and see if there's rope.
There is rope. They could have tied it down.
Yes, I grab said rope and start lashing these things together.
Okay, do some kind of dexterity-based check to see how quickly you can tie these crates together as they...
I will help him to give him advantage.
Good.
Well, I got a natural 20 on the first roll, but let's see if we can get better. Nope, didn't get better, so it's just a natural 20.
You didn't get the natural 21?
No, unfortunately. But natural 20 is pretty good, I think.
With a natural 20, you're matching his pace of freezing and rope attaching. In fact, you're able to, again, ropes, limited hit points, Dragon's Breath Frost, lots of damage. So you're able to freeze the rope to the crate with a little bit of ice and link all of these crates together. Now there's 200 crates, so you guys are at this for a while. But then I'm going to say, yeah, you probably succeed. You have a bunch of floating crates. And if you look up at the surface, the rope stretches up and up and up, and little crates stretch into the distance, all the way up to the surface.
Oh, I probably rode the last one up.
Okay, you're riding up. Are you gonna control the speed of ascent at all?
The bends, I probably should. Yes, I control it to a safe ascent to the surface so I don't die.
Okay, all right. You didn't fall for it. Okay. No need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
So you don't get air bubbles in your blood vessels.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Okay, and then with your weight and your ability to control the buoyancy, you slowly rise to the surface. I'm going to say that top crate, though, has been bobbing there for probably the bends. You're supposed to wait like an hour at mid-depth and stuff like that.
It depends on the depth and
Yeah.
your oxygen and what other secondary gas you're using, whatever you're using. It's a lot of factors.
Oh, yes. So to be safe, you're probably waiting like an hour, right, at mid-depth with that very top crate is bobbing on the surface?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. And you see a boat pull up next to that top crate right as you are swimming up to the surface.
I pop my head out and look.
Okay.
That's mine.
You pop your head out, and like the Seaweed Hag, your head is covered in long strands of seaweed. It's like you have long hair. And looking down at you from over the side of the boat is a familiar face. You've seen her before. It's Jennifer Lelivre, the woman who is all alone exercising in the park.
The Sea Hag, your girlfriend.
I don't know that. I'm down at the bottom.
You didn't come up with me?
Go up?
I suppose I could have, yeah.
You had an hour.
I probably would have.
Well, actually,
yeah,
you're a fish man, so you should be able to get up faster. It shouldn't bother you at all.
But I didn't want to leave you alone. I would have kept you company.
Yeah.
Aww.
So both of you bob your head up. Jennifer looks at the two of you and she says, "Oh, here's the coffee import I was waiting on. So you guys are importing coffee, huh? That'll be a 10% government tax." And that concludes our story. You guys
That's okay.
probably
10%
do
of 20K.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
Joining us this time were the Corinthian
Until next time.
and Crud Jr.
We didn't get 8.
That's correct. Bye-bye.
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 We hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. You can find more adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore, Fire Breathing Kittens, all one word, podcast. We have official merchandise on Redbubble.com. Go to redbubble.com and search for works from your favorite characters in the store Fire Breathing K. You can get a detective's notepad with your favorite character or the Fire Breathing Kittens logo on it. FirebreathingKittensPodcast.com has links to topics that may interest you, such as a Wikia with entries for different characters, a Reddit page where you can discuss the episodes with other listeners, and more.